I quit bodybuilding. Yes, it's been a short career. It's been a short little stint that I decided I wanted to do a men's physique competition, but I don't feel like I am ready to bring what I have to stage, and there's a reason for that. But before I tell you that, I'm gonna get in and hit my set of bench. This morning we're starting off with the bench press. 4 sets of 6. Let's get it, baby. Second warm-up set. Now, let's have a discussion. So you might be asking yourself, why do you want to quit your bodybuilding journey? Well, because sometimes I'm ADHD and I do things where I think that I've put my effort into it, but I haven't. And I haven't prepared properly, and it would just be a pity if I were to pretty much shit on the sport of bodybuilding, as well as shit on my best potential going into stage. More on that in a second. We got 140 on the bar. Time to get 4 to 6 reps out. Let's go, baby. Currently sitting at like 5% body fat. We just did a carb up this morning. Had some power pre-workout by our boys here at Perform Switch. Code TLC to save yourself 15 off. And I can hand on heart say, this pre-workout was the real deal. All right, so as we were saying before, I've decided bodybuilding right now is not for me. The reason being, first of all, I struggle with lust. I struggle with wanking. I struggle with having sex with girls. I struggle with a lot of these things that a lot of us men struggle with. And they create vanity, they create pride, they create bad things. They don't encourage any good habits, and they don't encourage any good actions. When I take gear, and that being steroids, because obviously I'm going into an enhanced federation, I struggle even more with that. As it is, I already try to live my life as solitude as I can, but when I take enhancement, it definitely steps that game up. So right now mentally I'm not in the best headspace for that, and I don't think ever I would be in the best headspace for that. I also want to encourage you to do the right thing, and I want to be an example of that by the way that I live my life. Let me get this set in. And so to do the right thing is to figure out when enough is enough and what I'm not willing to accept. And that right now is bodybuilding for me. All right, so we just did red out flies. Now it's time to get up there on the abs. We're supersetting it. It is toes to bar, 15 reps, 3 sets. Let's kill it. Oh, this is like the godfather of all exercises for abs. If you have strong abs, you will definitely have a six pack. It's impossible to do these and not have abs. Swing. Take a break if you need to. Finish the last reps, do them clean. See that right there? Switch Perform, baby. Power Perform. Let's go. And who would I be if I told you to do something that I myself am not willing to do? I pride myself on integrity because a lot of my life I lived without integrity, and I knew how horrible it made me feel, and I don't want to ever do that again. So I've decided that gear for me is off limits. As much as I love enhancement, I love bodybuilding, I'm not afraid to push that boundary of the human limit. Anything but test is pretty much now off limits unless I have a very specific goal and a very specific reason for why I'm doing it. Other than that, it is just for vanity, to look at myself in the mirror more and to feel better about myself for absolutely no apparent reason that doesn't help anyone else's life or encourage a very healthy mindset. If you're always looking at yourself and you're always thinking to yourself, oh, I need to be more shredded, oh, I need to be more lean. For what reason? It is not healthy to be sub 5%. It is not healthy to be absolutely dick skin shredded. It is not healthy to consistently check yourself out in the mirror because you want to see a tiny bit of improvement, when at the end of the day, the goal for health, the goal for fitness is to be the strongest you can, to be capable as a man, to protect those you care about, and to have some level of self-confidence, but not vanity, because there is a huge difference there and it is very unhealthy. We have the Zercher deadlifts, supersetting these puppies with some split squats over there. Let's go. Oh, these are good. Also, we're going back to full body training. I don't know if you could tell. I used to have a herniated disc. I used to be able to not walk properly, and now I can do movements like this. Don't come at me and try and tell me that this exercise is dangerous for your spine when it was the exact reason, pretty much why I fixed my spine. Yeah. If you have an injured L5 S1 disc, you have lower back issues, DM me. Let me know in the comments exactly what it is you struggle with, and I'll try and make a video on it. And if you want to directly get in contact with me, just flick me a DM in the messages, the last chat, I'll get you there. Or even the high method, I'll reply that too. Here we are, my friends. V-split squat, elevated front foot with some kettlebells, because we're a kettlebell warrior here. Just kidding, I hate kettlebells, but they're good for this. Full knee extension, strengthening that patella tendon, and hopefully that hip flexor. We're suffering. Now this might be considered an unpopular opinion to most people, but to me, who has been shredded, who has been bulked, you are not your most capable when you are lean and dialed in. Yes, there is obviously an extreme to that. Yes, there is, someone who's going to say, oh, he said that I'm not fat enough, so I'm not strong enough. That's not true. You want to sit between a good healthy range of fat, if that's like 20% to 10%. It's different from person to person. I definitely notice for fact for myself is that when I am really, really lean like I am now, like probably single digits, obviously enhanced once again, like I have said, I have noticed a significant drop in my power and my strength output, even in my cardio as well, which I love doing cardio, so it's no issue for me to do that. But when I feel tired and depleted, I'm not able to perform my best. Now, when you get really lean and you're ready to stage, you're gonna feel your worst. You might look your best, but you feel your worst. So at that point, if all you're focusing on is just to look good because you're vain and you're filled with pride, you're kind of defeating the purpose of health and fitness, because it installs something bad in here. It doesn't install something good in here. It also encourages you to have things like eating disorders and just being too obsessive about it. And that is never good for anything. Moral of the story is get lean, but not too lean. And the thing that I have to be honest with myself about is I found myself more likely to want to have sex, to want to jerk off, to want to watch porn, to want to lust after people. I found myself more irritable because I was tired, hungry, and annoyed. And I found myself thinking that I'm better than other people because I'm leaner, because I'm more athletic, or whatever reason it was in my head that I'd made up for the day. I also found myself being a lot more of an asshole. And if anyone is watching this channel and they look to me for inspiration or look to me for guidance, I don't want to lead you down a path that is only going to destroy you as a person, especially a spiritual journey in life. God is important to me, and if anything, I want to glorify him, not horribly shit on his name. With that being said, it is now time to glorify these beautiful pull-up bars with the same essence that I will with every other exercise. We're doing muscle ups to failure because I haven't done them in a while, and why not? Also, from now on, we're keeping t-shirts on only, no stringers, because this needs to get right first. Alrighty, haven't done a muscle up in like 5 weeks, 6 weeks. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, those feel a lot rougher than I expected. And this bar is skitzing me out. It's time to go have some breakfast and get to work. As always, TLC loves you. Have a blessed, blessed day. And go out and push yourself. Whatever field that looks like, you do that and be proud of yourself for it. Not from a place of pride, vanity, or ego, but from a place of humility that brings you honor. Never forget that. Now that right there, folks, is the best after workout meal you can possibly get. 5 eggs, a banana, we've got frozen blackberries in there, we've got 2 scoops of protein collagen, we've got drizzled in peanut butter, a little bit of cinnamon, and a pinch of salt. That's the key ingredient here. We also have ourselves a cup of milk. Best way possible to start the day.